Hey guys, and welcome to a review video of the W450 mobile phone. This is a Chinese mobile phone, and if you have a look into the online shops, it's just 100 US dollars. So that's really cheap for what you get, I think. So I was really tempted to give it a go and try it out. And that's what I did. So I hope you like the review, and maybe you get some information about it, and maybe order it if you like. So if you want to know what's in the box, what it comes with, just have a look at the link below. I have a video there where I show everything that's in the box, so just have a look into that. If we jump in it right away, I mean, that's the mobile phone, as you can see, and it looks actually quite neat. So here you have the speaker for the telephone. Here's the front camera. Then you have the three different buttons down here. You have the USB connector here. You have the microphone down here. You have the power button on the right side. The volume button on the left side. On top, you have the 3.5mm aux jack. On the back, you have the rear camera, the LED flash, and down here you have the speakers. So if I start it up, and you will see it's actually quite quick, and that's the full booting process. So it's not in standby, and there it is. So there was no cut or anything. You can see it's still preparing the SD card, but basically that's about it. So it's really quick. So with this mobile phone, one thing right away, it supports all the frequencies you need. I will put the information down here because I always think it's easier to read numbers than to listen to it. For GSM, it's a quad band receiver, so you shouldn't have any problems there. As well as this is a complete unlocked phone, so you should be able to use it with any SIM card anywhere in the world. The W450 has a 1.3 gigahertz quad-core processor, which is really quick, which is quicker than the Cubot 1, the older version. There is an update for the Cubot 1 with 1.5 gigahertz, but even then, I think this one here is quicker. So if we have a look in Antutu for the benchmarking, and you will see what I mean. My Cubot 1, in my other video, if you're interested, have a look at it, had something around 13,000 something. This one here has actually 17,388, which is more or less the same level as a Galaxy S3, which is pretty impressive for a phone that is that cheap. So if we have a short look into the device infos, and I'm not showing you all the details, all this stuff, it's not really that interesting, and you find it more or less on every online shop, and it's correct what they show there. So it runs Android 4.2.2, which is one of the latest versions, I guess. The RAM is 1 gigabyte, and the ROM is 4 gigabyte, which is not a big problem because you can put in a 32 gigabyte SD card anyway. So now we're coming to one of the major disadvantages of this mobile phone, or what's not so good. That's the screen. The screen, it's a 4.5-inch screen, if you can see it, which is good, but the resolution is not good enough. What means not good enough? I mean, for me, it's okay. I don't want to watch high-quality videos on it, and otherwise in the menus you barely recognize it. So the resolution is actually 854 by 480, which is 250 dpi, which is, you might think it's for you enough. Some need better ones. I would like to have it a little bit better, but to be honest, it's not really an impact to me. The front camera is 1.9 megapixel. The rear camera is 8 megapixel. That doesn't sound that bad, but the pictures are actually not great. It's enough to take pictures, especially if it's bright. The picture quality is quite alright, so you don't have a big problem with that. But especially if it gets a bit darker. Yeah, you see that it is a mobile phone that took the picture. Beside of that, I go out and just show you, how responsive it is. So you don't have a problem there, and I think the processor is pretty quick, so I haven't seen any problems with that. Another thing that a lot of people ask in my other video is, can you download this app? Can you download that app? Generally, you should be able to download any apps you want, and it's already Google Store is already included. So I just press the icon up there, and you're right into the Google Play Store. One thing as well, which a lot of people ask in my other videos, is do the buttons light up? For the keyboard one, yes they do. For this one here, they don't. So they don't light up, which might be a problem in the dark, but to be honest, I know where my buttons are anyway. I know what they do, so I don't really look at it that much. So for me, it's not a big deal. If we want to have a short look at a video, and I show you one of the videos I uploaded before, so that there is no problem with any copyrights or something like that. Not sure if I turned the rotation on. Yes, I did. So there you see like a video. It's hard to see, and I don't have my usual camera here to film it. So let me see if I can bring it a little bit closer and refocus. Yeah, that's a bit better. So you see it's not too bad, but if you get it to an angle, which is hard to see now with the reflections, it actually gets a bit dark, which is quite normal for screens, but normally it's not that bad. But to be honest, in general you look straight at it, so you shouldn't have a problem. But as you see, and you see a video of me showing the keyboard one. But as you see, it's quite alright. So if you go back, and I almost finished with the review. This is a dual SIM phone. So you actually, and I might have to refocus again. You actually see that I have two reception bars there. So these are for the two SIM cards. So I use one for data and one for mobile phone calls and SMS and stuff like this. So that's fine for me, which I really like. Yeah, it supports Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. It has an FM radio integrated, which only works when you have the headphones connected, because it works as an antenna. One other thing, and I left it to the last because I think this might be interesting for the most of you. Especially was for me. The battery itself is a 2000 milliamp hour battery, but it's actually not as good as I expected. It lasts for a day, normal use, but I expected a little bit more. So when I came home, for example, from work, I have to charge it more or less before I wanted to charge. So roughly around, shortly, hour or two before I go to bed or something like this, I have to put it on the charger. Which might not be a problem for you, but I don't really like that. But it's not that bad. One thing maybe for the ergonomics later on, you might be, wondering why the power button is on the side. But I actually like that, because if you hold it like this, and your thumb is exactly on the power button, and your finger is on the volume button. I really like that, and I think that's cool, and somebody put actually some thoughts in there. There are other mobile phones that do it, so I think that might be a good copy. The speakers are alright, but not brilliant. But to be honest, you always have to remember that's a $100 phone, and you can't get all the fancy stuff. So for example, all the buttons, all the covers, everything is plastic, which is expected. And with the battery life and the screens, yeah, well, that's something you have to deal with. if you want to have a cheap phone. But to be honest, you can buy 8 of these instead of one, you know, Galaxy S4 or something like this. So I think it's a really, really, really good phone for this price. Has some flaws, but not major ones that really would keep me from buying it if I want to have a cheap phone, which works perfectly. I had no breakdowns, no lags, no issues so far at all. So if you have any questions, if you want to know something additionally, just put them in the comments. I either answer them in the comments, or if there are a lot of questions about the same topic or similar topic, I might do another video. So yeah, just have a look at my other videos if you're interested in the keyboard or in, you know, in the unboxing of this mobile phone. And yeah, just get in contact with me if you need some information. All right, thank you guys for watching, and hope see you soon, or you know, hope you see soon a video of me again. Thank you. Bye.